All right.
All right.
Here's my. What's. How much is a ticket?
We got Marvel bringing speed in.
We make a good team.
Aquafina taking over the world.
She is. I love the vibe. It's like they found a way to somehow make it feel like Rumble in the Bronx meets The Last Samurai.
Rumble in the Bronx is an underrated classic.
But that's the vibe I got on the bus with The Last Samurai mixed in with Big Trouble in Little China.
I got those vibes. Like I said, I was getting Fast and Furious vibes.
I feel like they jumped all over genres, but they did it beautifully.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like they couldn't make a. I They're gonna find a way to make this feel special. Like this, I was comparing this to Black Panther. How everybody slept on Black
It
Panther.
had Black Panther vibes too. I got that from it.
Yeah, like I remember that first time seeing Black Panther trailer, and just like I mean, I was psyched right out of the gate, but I feel like the world wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
when it hit
that was a
hard.
perfectly timed marketing gimmick. I mean, it dropped. I think it was the NBA Finals. They had the Run the Jewels song at the end. I mean,
Oh
it
man,
was
yeah.
just that was a dime.
Yeah, that was
Anyway, so I
exactly.
mean, this looks awesome. I told you I'm a bit of a kung fu snob. I'm very judgmental about the kung fu I see in a mainstream film, and I'm like, I'm judging it harshly. It looks beautiful. It looks great. I don't. They didn't show a lot of long scenes of fighting. I didn't get a sense of the scale of the fighting, but um, you know, it looks serious.
Yeah, the fights they did show, like it was good because they didn't show a ton, but they showed enough.
Yeah.
So Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu, and Brother Hand. I don't know how that ties in. All we know is his dad is going to be the Mandarin, which is going to be the redemption of apparently the fake Mandarin, which, fingers crossed, someday they're going to say this is, they're going to fix Ralph Boner the same way they're about to fix the Mandarin. Fingers
In
crossed.
another
Because,
universe in the multiverse, there's going to be another guy named Ralph Boner, but he'll be awesome.
yeah, yes, exactly. Because if you think about it, it's just like years ago when that did happen. I mean, that was Ben Kingsley, and an Oscar award winning actor, and it's just like, of course, Marvel pedigree, but there was blowback for that. Marvel doesn't get a whole lot of blowback, but they got blowback for that.
Yeah.
They were not happy with the whole fake Mandarin thing, and then the end credit scene kind of alluded to it was there is a real Mandarin, so.
Yeah. That's why I don't get why there was blowback. I mean, they explained it at the end. I think that was a reasonable explanation. Maybe the people were just disappointed that Ben Kingsley was not actually the Mandarin, and that was such a great casting choice.
Yeah, because it was a great
He
casting
was
choice,
perfect.
right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I don't know. I think it's going to be, again, it's the first original MCU or like film original Marvel character that we've seen in a while, right?
Yeah. I mean, we still haven't got Black Widow. That was promised a year ago.
Right?
So
Yeah, and even with Black Widow, if you think about it, it's just like we've seen her in action before, right? We kind of know what we're gonna get. We're just gonna see where she's coming from.
yeah,
This is a big leap, and it's a big leap at a time where, again, we were talking about how Marvel's oracles really seem to time everything perfectly. There's a big anti-Asian sentiment that's happening right now,
yeah,
and it's just like, they are going to present now
an
an
Asian
Asian
superhero.
when it's needed, and a freaking phenomenal one at that. I
Yeah,
mean, you can't have a pulse if that trailer doesn't get you exciting.
yeah.
If they don't get excited, and it's just like right now, like you said, I don't know. It's dropping in September. How far back of a delay are we on this one? This was like a year,
I don't
year and a
even.
half, right?
I've lost track of that. I don't really even know. One thing I was thinking about was, is this coming? Does this mean this and Black Widow are coming out right behind each other? So are we getting those like a double shot?
Pretty much, yeah. A
Because I
Black
feel
Widow.
like those might be connected in some way. I feel like there could be some overlap.
There totally can, right? I would, even though he comes off as magical, it definitely he could be the bridge between the street level and the mystical, because we did pick up on his the rings were glowing purple, right? And if we were trained that purple magic is Agatha magic, so we don't know if that's heal magic, but is this, we don't know a lot about it, so
Hmm.
but he would be a good bridge because at the same time we're doing the magic, right? We just basically saw him and Aquafina reenacting, Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves in Speed with the bus driver, making a great team,
Yeah.
right? But it's not a spoiler to say that Aquafina is going to steal every scene she's in,
Oh yeah,
right?
I mean she's on fire right now. She's in that stage of her career where you're in everything.
Yeah.
Every possible thing you could possibly be casted for, you're in. Like Tiffany Haddish was in that like a couple years ago, where she was
Oh
just
yeah,
in
she
every
was.
single
Yeah.
thing that was possible, and that's kind of where Aquafina is now. And now, like, boom, fucking. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to curse. Oh, I guess this is Disney. She just did a Disney. She did Raya the Last Dragon, so
Yeah.
this is her second Disney joint.
Man, I don't know. I just think, yeah, you're absolutely right. She's going to be on, just showing up on screen, and people are going to pop.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
I'm a full mark for her. Absolutely. There's just something. She just has that it factor that is just like you just want to watch her in whatever she's doing.
Yeah,
So it was really smart of them to capitalize on that.
yeah. Disney
So
Oracle, the Disney Oracle.
the Disney oracles have done it again. So, but yeah, it's going to be interesting how they play the father and son dynamic with the Mandarin,
Can
who's
you
supposed to.
can you tell me about like what it's about? Like I don't know this comic all that well. Can you just give me the basic Reader's Digest run through?
Shang-Chi is the master of unarmed combat. First appeared in Marvel in 1973 when the ABC TV drama Kung Fu was popular. He was born the son of supervillain Fu Manchu, but later opposed his father's ways. In 2013, he joined the Avengers. He's been affiliated with the Heroes for Hire. You called it. Heroes for Hire, Power Man,
Yeah,
and Iron Fist.
yeah.
His main power wasn't really a traditional superpower. Instead, he had the ability to master forms of combat, earning the nickname the Master of Kung Fu. Although in later years, he did gain the power to replicate himself, which came in handy.
Multiple kung fu masters at
Yeah.
once. That's a
So,
superpower.
so it sounds like he's going to basically be the equivalent of just like Neo in the Matrix, where he literally can just like instantly learn a martial art
But he's
or
not
a bat.
he's not super powered.
No, he well, yeah, there's no mystical. I guess that's what is going to make him street level, right? He just learns how to master it, but
Well,
maybe
that's
those
my
rank.
favorite superhero now again already. I think I've decided. If it's
Yeah.
just a guy who's the best kung fu at kung fu that there ever was, that's the
Yeah.
best superpower I could possibly think of.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting that it's just like that. I
Because the
don't.
thing is, you watch a kung fu movie, a kung fu movie essentially is a superhero movie, right? Except
Yep.
his superpower is that he knows kung fu, or he's the best at kung fu
Right.
in this particular film. So he's the hero, right? And he wins. So this is sort of like the Marvel
the
acceleration of that times 10.
the Marvel version of that. Yeah, I can get behind that. It's interesting though because I don't know the supervillain Fu Manchu is his dad, but they don't say what his superpower is. So like I don't know if it comes from lineage. So apparently that the Ten Rings was in Iron Man 3. That they
They mentioned it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the Ten Rings is the criminal organization that tried to kidnap or did kidnap Tony Stark.
Hmm.
The Ten Rings is the once dormant international terrorist group that kidnaps Tony Stark in the first Iron Man movie. It's while being held captive by the Ten Rings that Stark builds his first Iron Man suit. Wow. So this is tying all the way back to the very first MCU level film, right?
Yeah. It does feel like they're doing a little bit of a MCU reset or reboot, or like you said, an echo. They're starting it over. The loop is
It's a
starting over,
loop. It is.
because you got that heavy Iron Man vibe from the cut scene in Falcon and Winter Soldier when he's
Oh
building his
yeah.
shield.
Exactly. I think if George Lucas was on the show, but he was going to call in, but we ran out of time, he would say, it's like poetry. These things are like poetry. But yeah, so it's interesting that it's they're going to bring it back to that because I still feel like they're looking for that heir apparent to the throne because it would be a great debate to have who was the leader of the Avengers. Was it Captain America or was it Iron Man, or in a way was it both, right? But it's just like even though Iron Man was the first, Captain America was, you can say, the heart, but then Tony kind of became the heart. But either way, there's a big void at the top. So
Yeah.
I think everybody was gearing for who's going to be the next one, right? So it was just like we had Black Panther, and just like perfect. That I think he was going to be a perfect heir apparent. He's the king. People are going to get behind him. He has the tech. He has the superpower. And then obviously real life may have ruined that. Then you have Captain Marvel, which I don't think the people are getting enough behind her as a character. It's yet to be determined what Captain Marvel 2 would be. So I don't think she could necessarily as a shoe in to fill the void. So it's interesting that I think Shang-Chi here, if they play their cards right, this could be the next one.
The new leader
Especially,
of the Avengers.
yeah,
He's got my vote.
I think so, because you think about there's something about the same thing with Captain America. It was just like again, we'll go through the street level. Even though he had the super serum in his blood, he was still street level every day. Everybody saw what he was like before that, and I think that's what helped. Like in pro wrestling, that's what helps you empathize. It's just because you can imagine how this person feels, and that's the person you want to get behind. And I think Shang-Chi right now is like really perfectly positioned to possibly slip in and take that. Just I guess it's just gonna depend. The character's all there. The film looks beautiful. It's just gonna be is he gonna have the heart that's gonna help you connect with it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, I hear you. He's got to have I guess we don't get a lot of that in the trailer either. It looks pretty how would you describe it? There's not a lot of emotional parts in the trailer, you know.
No, no, it was definitely
And Shang-Chi himself doesn't show a lot of emotion.
no, nope. You just like you can tell that there's some issues with his father,
Yeah.
right? So it's just like there's gonna be something that's going to be happening there. That maybe it's just like I don't know if he was hiding from his father or what, but it's going to be interesting. And
Yeah.
then you have the Fu Manchu was obviously an awful anti-Chinese stereotype from back in the day. So that may be modified or completely cut out, which I think is fine. It's just like if they go with the retcon and just go making the Mandarin his father instead, I think that's going to be very forgivable.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to affect the story that much.
Yeah, the general public will probably just not care.
It's exciting. I know there were some rumblings. Obviously, since this is going to be an Asian-led cast, and obviously it's going to be very heavy on martial arts, that there's a lot of people that are like, "Oh man, it's just like let's get Jet Li, let's get Jackie Chan, some of these people to have roles in this Asian-led movie because obviously those guys are legends, right? So if
Right.
if you can get those legends in there to do those martial arts, but there's nothing that's really been announced yet,
Yeah.
other than his father, right? Is played by Tony Lung,
Yeah.
right from Hard Boiled.
Yeah, he's
He
he's
said
like legendary.
another living legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have Michelle Yao, another legend. So I mean they're already pretty heavy on the legends.
Is Tony
They
Young
have
is
to.
Tony Young the heel here? Or no, he's the dad.
He's the dad, so he could be the heel, but
Okay.
he's the dad who
Right.
might be a heel
Yeah.
because if he's the Mandarin, how that's gonna play out.
Well,
So that's what I mean. There's not. It just doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of. There's not a lot of scoopage out there to figure out like what it's about. So this was the first big piece that we got
hmm
in there. So I mean, it's exciting.
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
ready for some Marvel comment.
it's great to see things are picking up. We're starting to get more things finally completed, out, pushed out. Um, the trailers are giving us hope that we'll finally get the movies we were promised a year ago
Yeah, in theaters,
in theaters
right?
for sure.
In theaters, right? We're hoping by September. We're hoping by July, even though uh, Black Widow is going to be Disney Plus on the same day as the theatrical release.
I feel like we're headed into a world where that's going to be the norm. As long as there's streaming services, that option is there. Why not present it to people?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I always see it's because the people who are going to want to see it in theaters are going to go see it in theaters.
Yeah,
We're more than likely going to do both. So,
yeah,
but this one will be around September, so this could still be in that realm of possibility that it'll be on both. But again, beautiful artwork on the teaser posters that were released. Beautiful cinematography with the fight choreography. There was a couple of nice scenes that had a, like I told you, it harkened it to a nice, uh, basically, like you said, nice kung fu
hmm
movie. But who doesn't love those? But they just gave it a nice modern twist.